Hey, this is Majin. Here's my comic pull list for August 8th, 2018. Starting it off with Devilman vs. Hades. Just arrived today. Look through it. It is really violent. Lots of death, dismemberment along the way. And for you Super Robot Wars fans, Mazinger's in here. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And now the Mazinger part's very minor, but it's the next volume. That's the one I need to have now. Alright, next up, Superman #2. You know, if Bendis is trying to make a really big impact, he's kind of failing on this storyline. Because it's like, the Earth is put into surprise, the Phantom Zone. And we get a lot of pages of Superman rescuing people, things that he would normally do in a day-to-day thing. And then we get into, oh, wait a second, guys, something's going on here. There's a problem, Superman. Could you please explain to us what's going on? And then we go into, the Doomsday Clone and what he's up to. And then it sets it up for the big, hey, we're going to have a big fight. And instead of having it cool, like, hey, Superman's got all the superhero buddies, and we're all going to fight Doomsday again, the Doomsday Clone. Basically what they're doing is he's like going to stack the deck against Superman. All the superheroes are suddenly getting sick. And because there's no yellow sun, Superman's not getting strength. He's losing strength rapidly. Which, if this is where my memory's not 100%, but I don't think that's ever been addressed in the Phantom Zone before with the countless other Kryptonians that he's put in there, like Zod. Zod's never come out like this feeble old man. He comes out and he's throwing punches, type thing. And I get on one hand how here's the storyline where Superman's vulnerable and weak and gets a much more powerful villain. It's kind of like, I don't want to see that. I just want to see Superman punch things. I want to see Superman go nuts, and I want to see cities fall, buildings collapse. I want to see Dragon Ball type damage. And it's just like, I get denied. And when I get denied, I just get angry with it. And it's like, it's so disappointing. Makes me go back to want to read some manga, Then we get to Sideways, #7. This is another one that kind of had my head scratching. Because you have this storyline where you have the kid, he's been ignoring his mom. As you can see, 12 messages, and his mom was murdered. And so, there's the guilt of not talking to his mom and, ignoring her. And there's, his dad, and the way his dad just kind of like, oh, you're going back to school so soon? Okay, well, you're home early. We got to talk about the body, her, funeral. And it's just like, there's no tension between the two. It's like, they've even said they don't get along, but yet it's, he's kind of like, there's nothing in there to show that. Then on top of that, he's pushing everybody aside. He's using he's pushing everybody aside because he wants to get revenge on the people who killed his mom. He doesn't want to get them involved. But then he uses his powers in the school and causes a flood. And he's like, oops, jeez. Why did I do that? That was kind of stupid of me. And I'm like, you're a freaking moron. Then on top of that, you have the Seven Warriors. I forgot what they're called. But, that was way back. I think it was like Grant Morrison did his thing where you had like Zatanna, Miracle Man, and a whole bunch of the Bullet Girl, and all sorts of crazy stuff. Frankenstein. and they were supposed to be the saviors of everything. Well, one of their members is missing, and they need Sideways to get him. And the thing I don't get is there's this part where Zatanna basically takes away his power, and they suddenly all appear out of nowhere, and then she's like, "Okay, well, here's your power back." And I'm like, "Why did you give his power back? The kid is freaking out, and you give him his power back, and then you just open the door to trouble." You know, that's like a noob mistake. You just take away his power, you keep it away until he's settled down. You know, so I was getting annoyed with that. Then they're like, "Well, you know, like, so we need you to go find, like, our buddy. Great Evil's coming, and just the 6 of us were going to die, so you need to find the buddy. And if you find the buddy, then we'll erase everybody's mind about what happened here." So it's really convenient. There's no consequence of what he did. And I just kind of feel like it's like, this is the good storyline for after he deals with his mom's killer. You know, like, why do they sidetrack the main thrust of the story? So that's why I'm just like, do they even have a direction? You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just very, very sad. Very sad. Anyways, that's it for today. I didn't get much. I mean, really. Okay. I did look through Fantastic Four, and the art was just horrendous. It made me go think. You're relaunching the Fantastic Four. You want to have, you know, like, the biggest boom, like, impact. Like, look at what we have. We have this great writer. We have great art. You know, please, you know, give this one a chance. You've turned your back on it before. You're begging for it back. So we're delivering. But you got Dan Slott, who's just a garbage tier writer now. And you have, I forgot who was the illustrator, but it's really cartoony. And it's just bad. It's just like, you know, like, it's Tumblr art. I mean, I hate to use that term, but it's a Tumblr type artist. It's like, it's not somebody that would appear under the old Joe Quesada days where they said, "Hey, look, here are the next rising stars." You know, this is somebody who basically would have, you know, gotten a job as a fill-in on the lowest tier book that they have, because it's just garbage. And the stories, you know, like, yeah, there's a little bit of depression going on, and they're trying to hide it. I mean, it's nice to see that they're moving, you know, with the Ben Grimm and Alicia thing, moving that storyline. But it's like, oh, here's Ben and Sue, just poof, they're back. You know, like, you know, you in one panel, it just ruins the, you know, it ruins their comeback. And by that I mean, it's just like they're just stranded. It's like, granted, we all knew that they were stranded somewhere, and it was just a matter of time before Reed figured it out to come back. But where is the challenge? I mean, there's nothing they're challenging other than we just need a little bit of attack and we're back. And I mean, based on the ad for the next issue, it looks like that might change. So, you know, my disclaimers, things might change in terms of how dangerous of a situation they're in. But to me, it looks like, hey, you know, they just took a couple years off. You know, they're on a planet. Everything's fine. You know, it's like, where's the, you know, like, wouldn't it have been better if, like, Johnny, you know, Human Torch and the Thing, and maybe they got a couple other guys, you know, close friends with the Fantastic Four, and they went on an adventure to find them. And, you know, go say a 12-issue miniseries, a maxi series, you know, where they have to find them. And the last issue is the payoff, you know, where they find them, and and they need rescuing, you know, and it's this moment of, like, wow, look at this. Double page spread, the Reed and Sue are getting pushed back and they're about to get killed, and here comes the Thing falling from the sky and smashing the ground and causing, you know, a rumble of the earth, you know, and then it pushes everybody back. You know, a scene like that, you know, that would have been fantastic. And, you know, it's just like, it's a lazy tier. That's why I'm telling you, Dan Slott's a lazy tier writer. Garbage writer with a garbage author, the main illustrator, who has no vision of taking a risk, taking a challenge. And even, to be fair, if that was something like that was suggested and the editors shot that down, you could have still edited that out, so it would have toned it down, so this way it wasn't that much of a that many issues. I mean, because 12 issues is probably a bit much, but I think at least give it some time, so this way they're investigating things, and then they go into, they explain things about like the mysteries of what happened after the Secret War and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? It's little things like that, like the remnants of these other universes colliding, and how you had like 50 billion Thors, and well, what happened to them? You know, it's like little things like that they could have explored along the way, and then they just said, nah, not this time, and it's just that's why Marvel is a company that has no vision. They're just writing garbage. It's a shame. Anyways, that's it for today. We'll have more stuff later. Like, share. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys are looking forward to reading the most. We'll have more stuff later. Until next time.